Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Donovan the Smartphone Guy here to do a video review of the Axon 7 Mini, and this is going to be a first look at this phone. I just picked it up this morning from Best Buy, and as you can see I have the gold version. The gold version is exclusive to Best Buy, so that's where I picked it up on pre-order, and it just came out today. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it, what you get in the box, and some of the specs. So first of all, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe to it. It helps out a lot, and hit that thumbs up. That also helps out this channel for me to bring in more devices like this. So I really appreciate that if you could do that. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the Axon 7 Mini. Again, this is just a first look, and for those of you again who are new to this channel, I have done video reviews of the Axon 7 and some other phones that might fit kind of into this mid-range, the Alcatel Idol 4S, and also the Moto G4 Plus. So all those kind of fit right into this mid-range area. So let's talk about what you get with this phone. So first of all, it is 3 gigs of RAM, whereas the Axon 7 has 4 gigs of RAM. This has 32 gigs of onboard storage, and the Axon 7 has 64. This has the Snapdragon 617, which is the same processor as the Moto G4 and the Moto G4 Plus, whereas the ZTE Axon 7, not the Mini, has the Snapdragon 820, which is the flagship for this year. And yeah, so this also has full HD. The Axon 7 has quad HD. So another difference between the two phones. That's the main differences. Obviously, I should mention also that this has a 5.2-inch screen. The Axon 7 had the 5.5-inch screen. Besides those differences, those are kind of the big ones. This, for the most part, if you've had the Axon 7, or if you're were interested in that phone, this phone really hits everything else just about the same. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but everything else, from my experience in the very short time I've had it, seems to be fairly similar. So let's talk about what you get in the box. So in the box, what do we get? What do we get? So we have, of course, our SIM removal tool. We got some information here, and there was this case that came in this as well, so I already put that on the phone. Alright, so go ahead and throw that back on. Well, we won't throw that back on, we'll just set it over to the side. We have our headphones, and one thing I noticed that's a little bit different about these is these don't look quite as premium as the ones I got with the Axon 7. And I will say that the ones I got with the Axon 7 also broke within about a week of having them, so that could be something that might be of interest to you. These do look a little bit cheaper, but I won't use them anyway, so we'll toss those over to the side. We also have our Type-C connector, which I will say this does look very premium. I have plenty of them already, but I will say that this one looks quite premium in terms of the actual Type-C connector here. It is a flat cord, so that's nice. And then we have our charger as well. So that's what you get. One thing I'll mention is that the Axon 7 did come with a screen protector. This one does not. So you'll need to pick up a screen protector if you want something to protect that screen. And also, this does not come with the fast charger. So this comes with, I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully I can get that into focus, get it bright enough. This comes with a 1.5 amp charger. The Axon 7 did come with the Quick Charge 3.0 charger. This one does not come with the Quick Charger, but the phone itself has Quick Charge 2.0 technology. The Axon 7 had 3.0 technology, so that's another difference. Now this one is $300. The Axon 7 is $400. So if you're on a budget, this one might be the way to go. And if you want a smaller phone, that would be another thing that would be important. So this does have that Dolby audio on the front. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have. So we have the front-firing speakers, and I'll say from my experience so far, these are just as good, and I say, in my opinion, these are the best speakers you can get on a phone. So I've had a lot of front-firing speakers. I still think the Axon 7 has the best speakers of any cell phone that I've used. Maybe you have some other ones that might be better. Let me know in the comments section what you think. but from my experience, this is the best phone in terms of front-firing speakers. We have our 8-megapixel camera up front. On the back, we got our 16-megapixel camera, which as far as I know is the exact same one that you got on the Axon 7. Underneath, we got the non-removable 2705, so 2,705 milliamp hour battery, whereas Axon 7 had a little over 3,000 milliamp hour battery. So I can't speak to the battery life on this yet, but it's just something to keep in mind. We do have a headphone jack on the front. We got our antenna bands, and then on the bottom we have a microphone and our Type-C connection there. So in terms of the feel in the hands, I will say there is a little bit of a difference here. So this grill here, the speaker grills, have a little bit of a texture to them that I don't remember the Axon 7 having. I don't have my Axon 7 anymore. I traded it and got another phone that I could review. But that is something I don't remember the Axon 7 having. And again, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but this does have a little bit of a texture to it. So kind of interesting. So if you're familiar with the Axon 7, you'll notice this should look familiar. As you turn it off and on, you get varied landscapes. And of course, you can change that if you want. But let's go ahead and take a look at it in the settings. So this is let's go back actually. So this is the launcher that comes with it. It is a skinned launcher for sure. But let's go ahead and take a look and go down to the About phone. And you'll see that it is running my favorite UI. So there you go. Now this is I have this under the stock version right now. And let's see here if I can find it. There it is, Android 6.0.1. So that's what you get with this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the settings. If you're familiar with the Axon 7, again, and maybe you guys should do a drinking game of how many times I say that, but I'm not a drinker. But we have some themes and wallpapers. We have the My Pop, which gives you a little pop-up. This phone is a little smaller, and so you don't really need that. But basically, that pop-up will give you a home button that you can get on the screen. We have our fingerprint gestures that you can use here. I won't go into that. But the fingerprint gestures aren't any different than what you had. So these are just our quick settings here. Go back to all settings. And we have our voice print, which was also included in the Axon 7. We have the My Voice. Again, that's voice commands. We have some gestures here. So we have double tap to wake, the three finger pinch to take a screenshot, some auto call, auto answer, flip to mute, and you can see them there. I don't need to read them to you because you're smart. So this is the shake to turn off flashlight. I do have that one turned on. That was one thing I noticed about this one that's a little different than the G4, so it's kind of interesting. If I shake it now with the screen off, nothing happens. If I turn it on, then shake it, there it goes. All right, so with the G4, you didn't need that. You didn't have to have this screen on, but that is something about this phone. So in terms of the fingerprint sensor, let's talk about that for a second. It is not the fastest fingerprint sensor, but it is very accurate. But I've noticed that I do have to hold my finger on there for a while, whereas some other phones I definitely could just basically tap it on there and it would come right up. So one other thing I should mention, this is an AMOLED screen, so that's a thumbs up for me. Nice punchy colors. The 1080p for me is perfect. I don't think it's necessary to have a 4K screen on a phone. That's just my opinion. Or sorry, 2K screen. Just my opinion. But anyway, so let's go into some more information here. So again, 32 gigs of storage on this one. Let's see if there's anything else we need to talk about in there. I don't think so. All right, so of course you can put a launcher on here. I've already got Nova Launch on here. I've got Google Launcher on here. It is an Android phone, so of course you can do that. And so if you don't like this UI that it comes with, go ahead and throw a different launcher on there, and makes it a little bit better. Just my personal opinion. So far, battery life seems to be good. I can't really speak to that for the moment. The camera seems to be on par with what I had with the Axon 7. I don't see a big difference. This weekend I'm going to be going on a hunting trip, so I won't be around for 3 days. So after that 3-day hunting trip, I'm going to be using this the whole time as my exclusive phone, and I'll give you kind of some updates in terms of the camera and things like that. So if you have any questions about it, go ahead and leave those in the comment section. I'll try to address as many of those as I can when I get back from that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and listen to a quick song just so you guys can hear just how fantastic these speakers do sound. And then from there, we'll call it good, I think. So let's go to a song that is... Oh, here we go. This song is royalty free. Try to find some bass here. There we go. Okay, that's good enough. So anyways, the speakers on this phone are phenomenal. And like I said, they're right on par with the speakers from the Axon 7. So, and still, I think, in my opinion, the best speakers you can get on a phone. But with that said, that is kind of just my first quick look, initial look at the Axon 7 Mini. So far, so good. I haven't noticed any major differences in terms of the processing power, obviously. The 820 versus the 617, there are going to be some differences, but I haven't got into gaming or anything like that yet with it. So I will come up with some updates as soon as I can. But as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Please subscribe. Peace.